everyone, and welcome to my own voice's middle grade books recommendation video. We're currently in the middle of middle grade March, which is a time to celebrate all things middle grade. I myself am a massive fan of middle grade books, so what I thought I'd do today is give you a list of some of my favourite own voices middle grade books that I've read over the last few years, and then also give you a few that I really want to try soon. So let's get into it. First one has to be Victoria Schwab, specifically with her Cassidy Blake series. I am Schwab trash to say the least anyway. I love her work from middle grade through to adult, but this series specifically is a fantastic spooky set of middle grade books. Cassidy Blake specifically is all about a young girl, Cassidy Blake, who can see ghosts as she is taken around some of the most haunted cities across the world with her parents, who are filming a ghost hunting show, and all of the spooky things that go on within that. We end up in Edinburgh, we also end up in the catacombs underneath Paris, we end up in New Orleans, this kind of thing. It is so spooky and so brilliantly done. I absolutely love this series. I cannot recommend it enough. I also have to mention Roshani Chokchi's Aru Shah, because this is a fantastic set of novels. This is very much like the Percy Jackson series, but instead we are dealing with the Mahabharata and that mythology, this kind of thing, and it is brilliant. We are specifically dealing with the reincarnations of the 5 Pandavar brothers from the Mahabharata and all of the different quests and things that these kids have to go on to save the world. I really enjoy this series. Specifically, I love the pop culture references throughout here, because in this first book here, Aru spends the entire time in Spider-Man pajamas trying to save the world, and she's always talking about this. She is also talking about movies like The Matrix and things like this that I absolutely loved when I was her age and still love to this day. I find the humour in here absolutely brilliant. Minnie is a character I definitely relate to in a lot of ways as well, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I cannot recommend this enough, especially if you are a fan of Percy Jackson. Then there is also every currently published Elle McNichol book, because her books are always absolutely fantastic. I'm specifically holding up Show Us Who You Are, but she also has, if I go around the right way, A Kind of Spark, Like a Charm, and then also Like a Curse, and I have loved all of them. These are more contemporary stories, though the Like a Charm and Like a Curse ones are also mixed with some magic and fantasy and things, but Elle does some incredible work talking about what it's like to be autistic and how people view you as an autistic person, all of this kind of thing, and they are absolutely wonderful. I have never related to characters more than when I have read some of Elle McNichol's work. I adore them. You all need to go read these. You need to go and read these immediately. There is also the Amari series by B.B. Alston, which, if you like Men in Black and fantasy books, definitely check this out, because this is very much like a fantastical version of Men in Black, which is absolutely brilliant, because I grew up on Men in Black and I love fantasy books, and this was right up my alley and it did not disappoint. This is a fantastic series following Amari, who is a young girl whose brother went missing a few years ago. No one's got any real idea what happened to him, this kind of thing, and then she discovers one day that her brother was part of this organisation, which is, like I said, the fantastical version of Men in Black, and she ends up joining them and trying to discover what actually happened to her brother, what's going on in this world, and trying to be like her brother essentially, while also obviously trying to find him. And it was absolutely brilliant. This was right up my alley. Those Men in Black vibes are absolutely immaculate. The characters in this are brilliant as well. The conversations it has around things like racism and xenophobia are also absolutely brilliantly done, and it's just fantastic. It is just absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend this enough, especially, like I said, if you are a Men in Black fan. It is brilliant. Or if superheroes are more your thing, definitely try out the Miles Morales Shockwaves by Justin Reynolds, because this is a fantastic one all about Miles, who is obviously Spider-Man. He is trying to juggle being Spider-Man and Miles Morales, while also trying to as well raise money for Puerto Rico after they have had a very disastrous earthquake, which has affected some of his family, because his mother is from Puerto Rico, and so Miles is half Puerto Rican. And this was really fun. I really enjoyed this one. The artwork inside looks like this. If you're looking for a middle grade graphic novel, you cannot go wrong with Justin A. Reynolds and Miles Morales. You really cannot go wrong with this. It is brilliantly done. And then the final one I have is also a graphic novel before I go into some of the books I also really want to read soon, and that is Dungeon Club Roll Call by Molly Knox Ostertag and Xanthi Boomer. And this one is all about two young girls called Jess and Olivia, who have run a D&D game for years now, just the two of them. They're slowly going into a new school, I think it's high school if I remember rightly, and Olivia is saying, why don't we bring more people into this so we can make more friends, this kind of thing, and Jess is very resistant to this. She does not want more people in here or anything else. She doesn't really want things to change, this kind of thing, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was so much fun. I related to Jess in so many different ways from when I was that age. The artwork was absolutely brilliant, so it looked like, if I can get something, it looked like this on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, it looks like this on the inside when it's in the real world. Then when we are in the fantasy world, it looks like this. So the artwork was really nice. It really dealt with some really important topics as well, like growing up and accepting change, this kind of thing. It was absolutely brilliant. I related to Jess a lot in a lot of ways when I was that age, and this was just really good fun. And I should also mention that this one was recommended to me by Hannah from Ladder M in her Waypoint Books Full Moon subscription box, which is a monthly subscription box that you can get that is based entirely around your taste. And if you want to check it out for yourself, I've got a discount code here of BeccaFM23, so you can get 30% off your first box if you want to check this out. But anyway, I just love this so much. I highly recommend it, especially if you are maybe going into that kind of environment and experiencing a huge amount of change, or if you've got kids who are about to experience a whole amount of change and they are very, very nerdy. Definitely check this one out. And then quickly, I just want to mention 4 other books I really want to read really soon, because to be honest, you cannot have too many middle grades in my mind, especially own voices middle grades. The first one is Riley Man in the Company of Monsters by Shannon Smart. But before I get into this properly, I should also give a massive shout out to Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe, because she unhauled this book to me, so thank you very much, Olivia Savannah, for doing that. And this one specifically is all about Riley Man, who sneaks out one Halloween to go trick-or-treating and then discovers he is the son of the Boogeyman, which just sounds really intriguing to me. I don't think I've ever read a book which is specifically about a boogeyman character, so I'm very intrigued by this and I cannot wait to read it. Then there is Spirit Hunters by Ellen O. I've put this on so many TBRs and have not read it yet, but I'm so excited to. This one is all about a family who are moving into a new house, but the house is supposedly haunted, it's taking over people, this kind of thing. It sounds spooky, it sounds so much fun, and I really want to read this soon. Then there is also Kieran Marla and the Kingdom Beyond. Specifically, this is The Serpent's Secret, and this one is by Sayantani Dasgupta. I apologise right now if I've mispronounced that. And this is all about Kieran Marla, who is an interdimensional demon slayer. She just doesn't know it yet. And I love this idea. I love the idea of slayers and demon slayers, this kind of thing. It sounds very much like it's going to be a little bit like Arusha in terms of tone, this kind of thing. And I'm really excited for it. I am really excited to read this. And then finally, there is Kiki Kalara Breaks a Kingdom by Sangu Mandana, and this one is actually described as being an action-packed fantasy adventure for fans of Arusha and The Serpent's Secret, so it's in good company in this video, to say the least. And this one is all about Kiki Kalara, who has always been a warrior, and her anxiety is getting out of control, but one thing that's always soothed her is her drawings, and she's drawing doodles of Indian myths and things that her mother has been telling her for years. Then one day she falls into the mystical world of her sketchbook, where the characters have been brought to vivid life, and I always love this idea. I love the idea of being able to go into drawings, going into books, this kind of thing. And also it's supposed to be very like Arusha, which is brilliant because I love Arusha. And I should also mention a massive thank you to Abby, because Abby gifted me this book, so thank you very much, Abby of Abby Pellinor. Again, I'll leave a link to her down below so you can check her out. But this is so up my alley. I cannot wait to read it. And that is some of my favourite own voices middle grade books that I've read recently, along with a few others I want to read soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me some of your favourite own voices middle grade books. I'd love to know so I don't miss out on any. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a sword emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics if you want to check out more about Miles Morales or anybody else I've mentioned on there, as well as the link as well down below to my Etsy store that sells bookish merch if you want to treat yourself today, or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time everyone, bye!